Good morning. It's the 20th of October 2024, and I've got some tips up again today. Now, we had quite a few tips yesterday, and we did pretty good. Again, no errors from the tips yesterday, as in no unsuccessful lays. They all came in, and I don't think many even ran a play, so there was at least one. So if we have a look, we had a few scratchings, but overall, if you'd stuck to the odds, you would have made $2.09 on the outlay of $30. And had you done all of the odds, you would have made $4.11. So not too bad, about what, 13% there on the $30 risk. So if we have a look now, we are up to 337 selections that met the odds, and that has given us a profit of $17.17. And overall, if you just laid every single selection, regardless of odds, there were 608 selections that have run around, and you would be up $58.79 overall. So almost two full losses again. And we have had two losses to date. So not too bad considering we've had some losses in there. So today I've got a whole bunch of selections again. There was some good racing yesterday. Today the racing is a lot poorer. Not as such good horses going around, especially when it's not the Everest or the Caulfield Cup. So there's a lot of group racing yesterday. So today I do not have anything at Kalgoorlie, so I'll take that one out. Very small fields there. Horses are fairly competitive. Okay, so if we have a quick look, starting at Lismore. Now, what I will say before I get into it, I've probably taken a few more today that I could have not selected, and you can see with some of these odds, they're a little bit lower than what they have been. So if you want to be careful, you probably want to stay away from anything that's under $100 for the max odds. Definitely got much more of a chance of winning, but also they can bring in a bit more of a profit. But I've definitely gone a little wider in the selections today just because I had picked up that I didn't think these horses could run. But it's fairly poor racing, so just keep in mind that um, in poorer races there is more of a chance of a long shot getting up. Okay, so let's jump into today. So Lismore, race 1, number 8. It's not running well enough to win this race. It's had 0 wins on soft ground, and most of the tracks today are soft. So I'm willing to go up to the $200 in the odds. Lismore, race 3, number 6. It's had a few poor trials and a really bad first run. I'm willing to take that one up to the $1,000 odds at any odds. Lismore, race 4, number 8. It's going to struggle against the top few in this race. It's only the top few, probably the top 3, that really should win this. As such, the odds on this horse are very low at $25 as my max odds. It will likely go around that or just above that. 25 to 30 is where I think. So keep in mind it's got that 3 to 4% chance based on the odds of winning. Then we jump to Lismore race 5, where we've got horses numbers 1 and 5. Number 1 is outclassed. It's had 15 runs for 0 placings. So max odds of $100 there. And number 5 has got 30 races for 0 wins, and it's losing by 8 lengths in most races. But you'll see I've got max odds of 60. So I think it's got more of a chance than the horse that has had 15 runs for 0 placings. So the one that's ran 30 races for 0 wins just has a little bit more of a chance. He's shown a few more things here and there, might be able to get to the front and then tire, but I still think he's a loser in this race. Then we've got Lismore race 8, number 19, ish outclassed. I've gone to $60. The race is fairly poor. We're looking at horses that have won 2 out of 20 as favourites in this race. So it's a fairly open race. I just think this is the worst horse in this race. Then we jump to Nowra, race 1, number 8. It doesn't have the speed to win in this race. It's likely to jump on terms, be up there and get to the straight and then just fall back. So I'm willing to go up to 150 on that horse. And then now race 3, number 12, it's going to fall back to the back of the field and it can't run on. So I'm willing to go up to $120 there. Then we have Horsham, race 1, where I've got 7 and 9. They're both outclassed. Number 7 has had 7 runs for no wins. I'm willing to go to $200 in the odds. And number 9 has 34 races with no wins, and I'm willing to lay that one at any odds up to the 1,000. Then we have Horsham race 2, number 9. I've written there he's got no hope. The closest it has been is 14 lengths. I'm willing to risk that one up to 1,000. If you were looking for a horse that should be 20,000-30,000 to 1, that is the horse. It really does not have a chance of winning this unless something drastically goes wrong with all of the other horses. I don't think I've seen a horse that bad in a race that is competitive enough with the other horses. So definitely lay that one at any odds. Then we've got Horsham race 3, number 14. This class of race is too much. It's been struggling in $19,000 prize money races, and this is a $40,000 prize money. So it's double the prize money. There's generally a jump from that 19,000 to 27,000, 30,000 kind of races, and then there's another jump to the 40,000, and then another jump to 50. So this is kind of jumping 2 classes, so I can't see it doing much. Willing to risk that up to the $400. Then we go out to Echuca, where I've got quite a few. So race 2, number 16, it's outclassed. It doesn't have a very good jockey here. It's not going to make any kind of difference to how it's been running. I'm willing to risk that up to the $1,000 odds. Then race 3, we've got numbers 5 and 12. Number 5, the first 2 runs were horrible. It's a big step up in distance, so maybe the distance will help it in that the race will be slower. So it doesn't need as much speed, but I'm willing to risk that here. So risking up to the $300 odds. And for number 12, the barrier will be an issue. It's going to get to the back. It's not going to be able to run out this distance. And what did I write there? And it will be at the back. So it's just not going to have the speed to catch up. So I'm willing to risk that for $150. Then Echuca race 7, number 18. The distance is too short. It's only beaten 4 horses in the last 12 months total. So I'm willing to risk that up to $1,000 in the odds. Echuca race 8, we've got number 13 and 18. Number 13, this horse is all over the shop. It's racing 900-meter races, and then it's racing 2,400-meter races. Then it's back to a 1,600, and then back to a 1,200, and then up to an 1,800. I don't know what this trainer's doing with the horse. It's not trying to target a distance, that's for sure. Got just no idea. It's in various grades from 12,000 prize money pools all the way up to 50,000. It's like they just run this horse around just to run it around. So I'm willing to risk this up to 1,000 just based on this trainer has no idea what this horse is going to do. And a horse is not going to get better when you're just running it all over the place. You need to work out what distance suits it and then start to target the right races. Okay, and now we jump out to the Sunshine Coast, race 3, number 2. It's had poor trials and a first run. You'll see that as one of my comments quite often. If there's a first up runner that has had one race, I am looking for multiple barrier trials where it has failed as well. This is one of those again, so I'm willing to risk up to the $300 mark. And we've got Sunshine Coast race 7, number 14. It is outclassed in this race. It's had 1 win from 20 races and 0 from 8 on wet tracks. Again, we've got quite a few wet tracks around today. Wet tracks can be interesting in that if the right horse gets the right passage, it can go on to win. If the others are in the mud and it just gets that better ground. But I'm willing to risk this horse up to the $100 odds. Now, there's quite a few here that are low, as I said at the beginning. If you want to play it safe, stick to those that are 100 plus, maybe even 200 plus in the max odds. I've still got enough here at the $1,000 odds that we should get quite a few in if you want to play it really, really safe. But that's where it is at the moment. So I will leave it there. Thanks for watching. See ya.